All right, so this week I'm speaking in front of a Rotary Club, and as I was preparing for this presentation, I realized that I wish I had this presentation 10 years ago because it would have saved me 10 years of chasing so many different marketing tactics. So let's go over this in this video. Hey, my name is Paul Kim, and I help agencies grow local businesses with high-level AI and automations. Last week, a real estate broker that I knew for probably close to 20 years, he reached out to me. I've done many services for his brokerage, and he came to me and said, "Hey, we need a speaker. Can you come and talk about your services?" And so as I was preparing for this presentation is probably going to be something that it will be my flagship presentation. And it's a presentation as I was preparing it, I wish that it was something that like somebody taught me, like if I was a local business owner, presented to me. And if as an agency owner, it's a presentation that you can utilize for yourself as well to help your clients. All right. So on that note, let me show you the presentation and I'll go over it as if I am presenting it to the audience, which is local business owners. And so I hope this is helpful. If you have any suggestions on making improvements to this presentations, or you have questions about anything in the presentations, your feedback would be greatly appreciated, because I'll take those feedbacks and I'll make the presentation better, or I will do more tutorials or videos regarding that specific topic. All right, so I hope you enjoy. Let's go to the slide and get going. Today's presentation is the Free Leads Blueprint, and this is what a simple framework that local businesses use to create to get consistent local leads in their local business. All right. And so let's go to the next slide. All right. So this is a problem that I see over and over again, where I see that, local businesses, they have a great business, but they don't always have great visibility. Right. And so I want to ask you, each one of you right now, like, do you have a great business? Right. Every one of your hands should be going up. Right. If your hand's not raised, that means that you don't think you have a great business. So we got work for you to do. All right. So why aren't more customers find you? And so what I want to go over is a framework that I have created, and I coined it the local growth cycle. And we're going to go over this a little bit more in details, but the first one is visibility, trust. Third is opt-in. Fourth is follow-up. Number 5 is client fulfillment, and then number 6 is reviews. All right, so let's go over those more in detail. Visibility, number 1. So can people find your business when they need you? Right. So if customers cannot find you, nothing really matters, especially when it comes to the online space, right? We're not talking about brick and mortar. Even though you have a brick and mortar business, more and more people are online and on their cell phone, and so it's more important that whether people can find you. And so the 4 pillars of visibility is, number 1 is your Google business profile, your website, your reputation, and activity, more specifically activity on your Google business profile. And so throughout my presentation, I am going to talk about at the bottom AI and automation tips, right? The most important part, I think, of this pillars of visibility is your Google business profile. So if you don't have a Google business profile, it is strongly, it's very important to get your Google business your profile optimized, set up, filled out, and optimized. Okay. So one of the tips that I would say is use AI to create Google posts. Use AI to create the frequently answered questions that are on your Google business profile. Use AI to reply to reviews. Use AI to create local website content as well. All right. So let's go to the second part, right? So if you go look at this, if you need to refer back to this, so we're talking about this cycle, right? So the second thing is that once you get visibility, okay, before I even go to the second part, I forgot to mention, this is what's called a local search grid. And this is what we utilize to, basically give you a, I guess what you would call a health, in a health meter, right? Is whether people are finding you. And so if you look at the before and after, right? I took snapshots of, the person that basically invited me, took his business, and I took some snapshots of the local search grid. And these are for specific keywords. So we got keywords, and then we got location, right? So what this grid means that for a specific keyword, right? If somebody were right here, let's say they were at the top of the search grid, up here at the very top, and they were typing in search keywords and looking for a specific business, that specific business that this is referring to, you are basically number 16, right? Whereas here, if you look at this, let's just say that somebody over here in North Arlington, right here, maybe around, where does that say? Holy Cross Cemetery, right? If they were typing in a specific keyword, and their business is ranking number 3. So what you want to do is you want to be ranking in the top 3, and that's why this green means that you're in the top 3. All right. So now let's go to the next. Now the second part of the local growth cycle is trust, right? So basically at the end of the day, and if you think about it, we live in a world of Amazon, right? So when customers find you and they see you, whether you pop up somewhere on Google search or Google Maps, when customers find you, do they trust you enough to contact you? And so visibility gets you found, trust gets you chosen, the person to contact. Now, trust, there are certain pillars of trust: reviews, photos, authority, and social proof. I think the number one thing here that I want to talk about is reviews. And reviews, especially Google reviews, right? We can also be talking about reviews in other aspects like Facebook reviews. There are Yelp reviews, but number one, I think it's Google reviews, because more and more people are utilizing Google to look for local businesses and products and services. You want to get more reviews, and we're not talking about reviews where people just put in 5 stars, 4 stars. We're talking about reviews with words. And so the reason for that is that Google looks at those reviews as content. And then also a little bit of tip here is utilizing AI to not only reply to those reviews, but do it automatically so that it's something that you don't have to do. Okay, you can use AI to create content for social proof. You can use AI to provide educational content, whether on your website or whether, and this is where you talked about authority as well. Next is opt-in. So once somebody is ready to contact you, how easy is it to, how easy do you make it, right? So interest becomes opportunity when people contact you. And so if we go to the pillars of opt-in, there are really, in my case, like 4 ways that people online can really contact you, right? So basically calls, forms, basically, contact us form, or some sort of a request for something form. And then there's chat. Chat can be used in different ways. There is the ability for people to submit a chat and then to communicate via text message. There's also conversational AI chats. So many different options out there as well. And then there are bookings. So basically, if somebody goes online and they could actually physically book an appointment with you, we can use AI to have calls basically pick up when somebody calls you. Use AI to converse with them. You can use AI to reply to forums, chats, and automate booking. These are all ways that you can utilize, have people, when people opt in, to facilitate that ways to get their information. Next is follow-up. So we're continuing with the local growth cycle. So when somebody at a point, they have submitted their information, right? And now the question is, when somebody contacts you, what happens next, right? The first business to respond often wins. And this is something that actually happened to me a month ago, where somebody contacted me, and my AI receptionist picked up, and then I was able to contact them once I got out of my meeting within an hour. So the pillars of follow-up is what I call speed, right? How fast do you respond, or how fast do you reply? And so one of the pet peeves that I get these days nowadays, and I don't know if any of you get this, is that literally every single day I probably get anywhere from 10 to 20 phone calls about my Google verification, right? So I mean, who here gets that? who gets those calls, right? Some days I get more, some days I get less. And so my AI receptionist is able to do it, picks up, so that I don't have to waste my time on these calls. There's some pros and cons. You know, some people may not like AI receptionists picking up the calls, and they say that I want to pick up all the calls. That is a personal choice that each businesses have to make, right? Consistency, right? And I think this is very important. Consistency is meaning that it's not a matter of something that you have to remember, but it's something that is done consistently on a consistent basis. Communication, right? Making sure that there is communication, meaning follow up, and then persistence as well. Just because somebody called and you call them back and they don't answer, some people may say, they ghosted you, but the way I look at it is always assume that people are busy, right? Every one of us are busy if you have a great business. So automate text message, emails, reminders, missed call responses. All of this is all part of being consistent. Next, client fulfillment. Now, this is nothing I don't have control over your business, but at the end of the day, you want to deliver. If each one of you believes that you have a great business, then you believe that your experience is worth worth talking about. And so with that said, then your clients has a great experience with you. Okay. And so, the way I look at the pillars of fulfillment is a great onboarding experience. Communication is key. Then you have the delivery of that, whatever it is that you've promised, and then retention if it's on an ongoing basis, right? And you can nowadays utilize AI to streamline all this process: onboarding, communication, SOPs, if SOPs is standard operating procedures, and then customer updates as well, right? All of this can be utilized, can be helped with AI, okay? And the reason I'm putting in here AI is that AI is affecting how you do business and where how businesses find you. It's affecting every aspect of business, and so you have to embrace AI. Okay, all right. And then lastly, reviews. Right, happy customers becomes your marketing team, and so when it comes to reviews, right, you have to ask for it. And I think nowadays more than ever, a lot of business that I've worked with, they say, oh yes, we ask for reviews. But the thing that I think they just ask once. And so it's something that you have to build in as part of your process, and you have to consistently ask for reviews and make it easy, and then make it so that they actually respond. And reviews can also be utilized not only for testimonials, but it can also be utilized to learn what people like and don't like. And so, and then with regard to Google reviews, like I said, you can make AI personalized review. You can use AI to personalize, I guess the replies to the review. I got to change that. It also helps to respond professionally to every review. And so what we use in our platform, we utilize a system that actually does a great job of replying to reviews in a very professional way, to also your personality. We also have a client that has a very quirky and not quirky, but very happy, energetic personality. And so we customize that AI to reply in such a way that it kind of mimics his personality. And so those are the tools that are available to businesses right now. So I also have this scorecard at the end. So this, you can utilize this to kind of score yourself and see where you believe you are in these stages. And so if you do think that you have low scores, then definitely, of course, come talk to me about this and we can try to see where we can improve. The circle that I mentioned back at the end, I may actually add this that diagram to the very beginning that I had at the beginning, and I'm going to put it at the front, actually at the back, so that way so this local growth cycle framework. The reason why why this is a circle is because when it starts with visibility, then trust, opt-in, follow-up, client fulfillment, and then you ask for reviews. This review feeds the visibility because Google Business Profile uses reviews as one of the factors in your visibility. When I talk about visibility, we're talking about local SEO. And so, this is why this cycle, if you continue with the cycle, it will help feed you, feed the business or feed the local SEO, and so that your business will continue to rank. Okay, and when it continues to rank, that you're basically becoming more visible online. Okay, all right. So let me go to the very end, and so I'm gonna probably put a note at the very end to put another right after the scorecard. I'm gonna put in here. So the next step is if you are interested in our an audit of your business, I provide free audits where we'll pull up your local search grid and see where you are, how you're doing your health test, I guess. We will also check out your Google Business Profile. We will also check out your website to see where where it needs help, and then we'll put in like 1, 2, or 3 top 3 opportunities where you can improve, right? And you can talk to me about getting that. And then I also want to talk about, we do also have a free workshop where, the local growth cycle that I mentioned. I talk about this through live training, real examples, practical implementation every Thursday. Actually, not every Thursday, every week. I haven't decided. This is something that I've actually decided to implement just starting next month, a weekly workshop. And so you can go to this link and you can or scan that QR code that will take you to the workshop. Okay. And then if you are interested in implementing this in your business, right? This is more the way I look at it is like if I look at some business owners, and if you have a great business, maybe you want to implement it for yourself, but you don't, and you don't have the budget to hire us, then this is something that I've just recently started. It's called a local growth lab, which basically I give you the roadmap, right? I look at all we do an audit with your business, and then I kind of implement certain steps for you to, basically give you a roadmap. And so you implement it yourself on your own time. You do the activities, and but if you want it done for you, then you can talk to us and we can do it for you. So that if you look at it from a done with you and done for you. And one thing I want to mention is that our next workshop, we are talking specifically about getting your business AI ready, right? I think this is more important, is that 31%, I believe that number is higher, but I don't remember where I got this number, is that 31% of consumers right now use AI tools to search for local businesses. I know I have, right, on a monthly basis. And so will your business become AI recommended? And so I'm going to talk more about that in my next workshop next week. So register for that in that link, and you can use this QR code to register. And like I said, if you're interested in implementing this for your business and you want to do it for yourself, join the local growth lab, and you can talk to me about that as well. And so if you are interested in utilizing this presentation, you can get the same exact presentation. Just download the free leads blueprint, and that is the blueprint is basically the same as this this presentation. And so you can download that. I'll put the link below. If you want to join the workshop, I'll also put the link to the workshop below as well. All right. So I hope this video was helpful. Go check out my video of all of the case studies that I've been doing for my clients. Go check them out. I'll put the link in as the video ends. The playlist is in the end. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.